It is now less than a week before Donald Trump is sworn in for his second term, and every sign out there is pointing toward him using the power of the presidency in ways no one else has before him. And this isn't simply conjecture. Trump has been telling us exactly what he intends to do for well over a year now. Remember how in late 2023, Trump told Sean Hannity that he would only be a dictator on day one? Well, that's not exactly the question Hannity asked. Listen to that exchange again.
Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not. That's
drill.
That's not.
No, no.
That's not retribution.
I'm going to be. You know, he keeps. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no. Other than day one, we're closing the border." And we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right.
So the question Hannity asked was actually about whether Trump would promise the American people to not abuse power in order to seek retribution. And Trump's answer was that he would only do that on day one. Hannity then tried to clean up Trump's response, but Trump then made it clear that he does intend on being a dictator on day one. Listen to this exchange one more time.
Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not. That's
drill.
That's not.
No, no.
That's not retribution.
I'm going to be. You know, he keeps. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no. Other than day one, we're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator."
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right.
Trump tried to phrase it as being all about the border and drilling for oil, but he has been lying about this. There are multiple reports that Trump will sign 100 executive orders on day one, and only a few of these will involve the border and drilling for oil. The rest of them, they will be the first steps in Trump's retribution. In fact, incoming senior Trump administration officials have now started questioning career civil servants who work on the White House National Security Council about their loyalty. Not their loyalty to the United States, but their loyalty to Donald J. Trump. The questions these civil servants have had to answer involve who they voted for in the 2024 election, their political contributions, and whether they have made any social media post that would have criticized Donald Trump or his policies. This is the clearest sign that at least one of Trump's executive orders will be to remove as many career civil servants as possible in order to replace them with people who are exceedingly loyal to Donald Trump. This move would literally be remaking the federal government bureaucracy in Trump's image in order to allow Trump to get done every single thing he wants to without the pushback he encountered during his first term. With those 100 executive orders, Trump will upend many areas of American government while simultaneously seeking to greatly expand the power and reach of the office of the president. And when that first day of Trump being a dictator is over with and day two begins, you can rest assured that Donald Trump will not have any intention of returning to a normal presidency. These 100 executive orders will bring out Trump's inner dictator. One thing I'll be looking for next Monday is whether there will be a statue of Trump somewhere in sight. If you remember, there was an artist who built a large statue of Trump after the attempted assassination, and he stated he's trying to get it displayed in Washington, D.C. Things such as a statue to himself or some kind of military display during his inauguration are right up Trump's alley. He has always been about glorifying himself in the same way as other strong men do all around the world. Another thing I'll be looking for are the flags at half-staff in honor of the passing of former President Jimmy Carter. If Republicans in Congress do not find a way to raise these flags earlier, I fully expect them to be raised shortly after Trump is sworn in. Coincidentally, a large American flag at Mar-a-Lago was just raised to full staff after the funeral for Carter, after having been at half-staff for most of the time since the former president died. Perhaps this is a sign of what is to come. The saddest thing about Trump's inauguration next week might just be the millions of Americans who are pining for a strong man to take over, especially those politicians in Washington, D.C., who have helped bring him to power. But while those politicians believe Trump will bring about the political reform they want, what's even worse are the evangelical leaders who have sold their souls to the devil in order to obtain political power in this world. Because although they thought they were bringing God back into our government, the truth is that they were actually empowering the Antichrist.